Some Korean men are refusing to help women. A few days ago, a woman in her 20s lost consciousness and fainted when she was on the subway. Apparently, there were a bunch of men in their 20s and 30s who refused to help, and saying something to the extent of, "It has nothing to do with me," which got the women on the internet pissed. According to the Korean woman, the reason being, all able-bodied Korean men have to serve military service. They do learn CPR in the military. So it was expected for men in their 20s and 30s who likely just got out of the military to jump in and help because they know how to do CPR. But a lot of the men on the train didn't. And their reason being, they did not want to be accused of sexual harassment. There were a few incidents where men were actually accused for sexual harassment, for trying to help the women. Back in 2014, a South Korean woman had actually tried to sue a male EMT paramedic for doing CPR and doing chest compressions on her. Although the paramedic wasn't charged or convicted with anything, since he was reported, he still had to go through an investigation. There was also another story shared of a Korean guy going up the steps in the subway station, and there was a woman in front of him seemingly about to fall. He put out his hands and tried to grab her from the back to prevent her from falling. The girl freaked out and called the police on him, and he ended up in the police station. That being said, these are all the men's side of the story. They'd rather be a bystander than getting their names tainted with SA. This all seems a little crazy to me. I mean, I get it if you don't want to touch the person because you don't know what's going on, at least call for help. What do you think?
What this woman is discovering is the consequences of accusing men of something they didn't do. If women are going to accuse men of SA or turn around and call the police on them, then don't expect them to help. There's been enough of you that made the world like this. No one really calling these people out, and absolutely no consequences for them. So why would anyone expect men to step in when there's only negative consequences for it? We're all past the point of any shaming tactics ever working, and that's why I see men ignoring the situation or looking the other way. And on your point of, I get why men don't want to get involved, but they can still call for help. Well, the problem with that is that most of these situations require immediate action. You can't be calling the police that are minutes away when you only have seconds, and quite frankly, that's not how most men operate. When they see someone in trouble, particularly women, they want to jump in and help, and enough women have made it more dangerous to get involved than to just completely ignore it. So instead of calling men to, well, you could still do something, maybe you should try calling out these women for their bad behavior and not try to shame men into a bad decision. Women are getting exactly what they wanted, so don't now come complain when you're losing that protection that men provided. So the next time something bad is happening and everybody's ignoring it or turning their heads away, instead of pointing the finger at men, you should point it back at yourself, because you're the ones that let it get this way.